congratulations to them. It's obviously not easy to do. They got a bunch of really good seniors, and you could see their leadership today. I thought it showed a lot when the one guy went down, Manti and Notre, senior, coming out and picking him up. You can tell they're a very tight team. We had a shot. The game was close most of the game. We weren't able to finish a couple of drives that were very telling. By only getting the field goal in the second to last drive down there, and then the last one getting no points. You're not going to beat the #1 team in the country like that. And so obviously there's a difference of 11 points right there, only getting 3 instead of 14. I thought the first half, we couldn't get off the field on third downs was the big part of the first half. And then in the second half, I thought we didn't move the ball very well, especially in the third quarter on offense. But you got to make the plays in those situations. They're the #1 goal line defense, I think, in the country 2 years in a row for a reason. They have a good scheme. They have great players down there, especially inside. You watch the goal line cut-ups all year long. They did that to everybody. Stopping guys from Stanford to everybody they played down there. So unfortunately, our plan didn't work. Our plan was throw the ball outside on the boundary corner to Marquise. We got a couple pass interferences there, which reset the drives, and then we weren't able to get it in, and then weren't able to convert on the last flat route there to the fullback. So I think that's really the story of the game.
How tough is it for you to hear what's going on when maybe at the beginning of the season you were hoping that would be you?
Yeah, very difficult, obviously. Very difficult for everyone in our locker room. With so many things not going well this season, and I was hoping today we could finish different with the backup quarterback and be part of history. Knocking them off and knocking them out of the national championship game and finishing on a strong note for these few seniors that we have.
What was the thought process behind going for the touchdown at the end of the game instead of kicking a field goal, make it one?
Yeah, it's so hard to score touchdowns versus them, and the ball's on the 2-inch yard line. You'd think that you could score touchdowns there. So, if the ball's on the 5, you kick the field goal on the 4th down and go try to get the onside. But, you'd like to think that with that many snaps in there, you could score a touchdown down there.
First play with the penalty in that.
Yeah, I don't know. The right side of our line moved. I don't know if it was, Max with the new quarterback with cadence or something. I don't know what happened. Obviously, that sent us back, but we made that up. With the pass interference calls, which put the ball right back down there, and we weren't able to convert.
How would you rate Max's performance?
I thought Max did really well for the situation. I thought that to your first start on a national stage game versus what some people would call the best defense in the country. Statistically, I think they'd given up maybe 7 touchdowns the entire, or 9 touchdowns or something the entire season, which is unheard of. I thought he did a good job handling himself.
Can you talk about the game plan in respects to having Max in there instead of Matt?
Well, I thought we ran a little more early. Just an unusual number of plays, 48 plays in a game. I don't recall ever having that, and so the numbers aren't there because it's so few. But 22 pass attempts, he throws for 177. That's okay. And then the backs at 6.5 yards and over 4 yards a carry between the two of them. That's pretty good production. But if you go 1 for 8, I think we were 1 for 8 on 3rd and 4th downs combined, there goes your play counts, and so it gets out of whack.
Lane, you got Robert going early and often today, but Marquise didn't really go in until late. There looked like a couple of missed plays, especially in the first pass of the game. Was there a little miscommunication there between him and Max?
No, I think a couple things happened. I think one, they played well in the secondary like they do against everybody, so give them some credit. And two, we get a couple pass interferences that don't go in stats. I always think that, when you get those pass interference, those are explosive plays. They're 15-yard plays, and they don't go in the stats, so it kind of doesn't show up, especially when you look at player stats for Marquise. I think they had 4 or 5 pass interferences on him alone today. So I just think it was them playing really well, and like they've done to most people.
5 losses this year, 16 turnovers in those 5 losses. It seemed like in the fourth quarter, the little things, the big things again. Will you step back this week, or will you take some time to 7-5 obviously would be difficult for you?
Right.
Yeah, but we're not going to do it no different than we would if we were 12-0. We're going to look at everything just like we did last off season, and we did some things last off season as well. Regardless of what we're doing, that's just what we do. We're not going to figure it out tonight. We'll take our time and really go back and look at the whole season and everything involved and figure out where we can improve for next year.
Coach, please forgive me if you already answered this question, but can you talk about, were you happy how aggressive that he was today? Because, I mean, it seemed like he was going downfield trying to hit that home run path.
Yeah, I think that's really Max's personality. We saw that this week in practice. Throwing the ball downfield aggressively, going after it. I think that's really who he is, and that showed up today. I didn't think that he played nervous today, and I thought he did a good job. The two interceptions, one's probably on him, the over route, that Manti picked off. And the other one, you're going to take those. You're going to throw that ball up, and number 9 is going to make a lot of those sometimes. So for a guy in that game as a freshman to start, I think you guys have watched football for a long time. You see a lot of 4 or 5 turnover games when a guy makes his first start in a game like that versus a quality defense like that.
What did Notre Dame show you tonight as far as what a championship caliber team is?
I think Notre Dame showed me that they have phenomenal senior leadership. They have a bunch. I want to say Brian at the luncheon we went to the other day said 28 seniors or something like that on their team. They have some. You can see those guys understand the game, and they really play well together. They're very physical. They're pretty old school. That's why they got a lot of their games with close scores. They're not very exotic, but they don't screw up, and you got to play really well to beat them. And they're not going to hand you things, just like tonight. They go 69 plays without a turnover. You're going to win a lot of games when you do that.
Do 2 more. What's your message to fans who are disappointed about this loss and disappointed about the 7-5 record?
Yeah, I'm disappointed too. I hear them, I feel them. Those aren't our standards here, regardless of amount of scholarships or any of those things that we're under. We've got to do better, and obviously that starts with me.
Coach, Matt, at the very beginning of this game, when Matt Barkley walked out with everything he's accomplished, it seemed like he kind of took a swallow. What was that like for you that moment?
Yeah, that was really unusual for me. It's just wrong. That shouldn't happen to that kid. For it to end like that. I was just looking at him, and the week was tough, and he'd already kind of lost it earlier in the day at one point, and I just felt for him. My heart just felt for him because, I can take it. This is my job. That kid didn't deserve for it to end like that. It was really sad.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Max, how do you think you did tonight?
Outside of those few mistakes, I felt like I played well. Being in my first game against such a great defense, that makes a lot of plays across the field. I think I played well.
What happened on that first and goal down there at the end on the penalty? What was going on that play there? The first down play on the goal line.
Okay, so we have the option, hand it off or throw it if we get the right look. And, with number 9, if he gets one-on-one, you're going to want to give it to him. Give him a chance at least.
The play where you got the penalty, first down play where you had the motion.
Oh, okay. I believe that was a motion infraction, yeah. I'm not completely positive.
You didn't see what it was?
No, sir.
Obviously, this is out of your control, but do you regret that this had to be the game that you made your first start in such a big game situation?
No, I don't regret anything at all. Obviously, the circumstances with Matt not being able to play in the game is what really sucks about it. Looking at him, being with him for the past 5-6 years at Mater Dei, and then to hear, seeing how good of a character man he is, for him to not be able to play in this rivalry game as a last home game, it was pretty sad.
Did he talk to you after the game, or do you have anything to say?
He said you played your heart out. Mistakes will come, but he said he was proud of me.
Did you ever imagine when you guys got to the 1 you wouldn't be able to score down there?
That definitely didn't cross my mind. That's kind of the theme of their season is great defense like that. Goal line stands. you know, they came to play down there, and they made the plays.
Max, do you have to work on your either communication or timing with Marquise a little bit? I know you hit him late with a big hit, but in terms of throughout the game.
I think we're pretty synced up together. Just a couple of the balls, maybe I should have put him a little bit further out there, a little bit further to the outside to give him a better chance to make a play. But with a guy like Marquise, a lot of times you can just throw it up there and he'll make the play for you.
What about you and Robert? It seems like you guys have something going where you're able to feel each other out there on the field.
I mean, Woody's he's a great receiver, and he's so smart. I think that's one of the biggest things about Woody is he knows defenses, and it's easy to be on the same page with a guy like that.
Max, what's your message to fans who are disappointed about this loss and a 7-5 record?
Well, I mean, I'd say that we're all disappointed. No one imagined losing 5 games with the talent that we have. Obviously things didn't turn out exactly how we wanted them to. But I couldn't express any more pride in my team. Being able to go to battle with them was definitely special.
Hey, can you talk about what you saw from Riddick and Golson today?
They were powerful today. It was electrifying out there. I give the kudos mostly to the offensive linemen. They recognized our defense and got up to the second level and be able to run up and down.
Hayes, can you talk about how you guys tied it up in the red zone against them, against their offense?
TJ came to us all before the game, this is our last game basically together at home in the Coliseum playing against our rivalry Notre Dame, and we have to dig in and just go out there and just give it our all. And we just remember the old days when we was just back in Notre Dame on the goal line stand and took it back from 99 with Jawanza starting. So we just dug in deep and just gave it our all.
Max, if this is your only shot this year until next season, what do you take from it? What are you going to be thinking about over the next 8-9 months?
I believe just take it as it comes. It definitely got a lot of great experience out there today. Again, against a great defense. They've been stopping offenses all year long, and I think there's a lot to learn from, and I look forward to watching the tape.
One more, anyone?
Hayes, what's your message to fans who are disappointed about this loss and 7-5?
Basically, we got to soak it in. I feel bad for the seniors and stuff. They came to me after games, told me they love me, and they still want us to carry on this legacy that we still have to do. And we have to go in, watch film, and prepare for the bowl game. We have to still get ready for that.
Thanks, guys. Is that the best team you've seen this season? Are they the #1 team?
Most definitely. They came out and just was very electrifying. On offense, defense, and special teams, they took care of business. Even in the fourth quarter, they could play all four quarters.
Better than Oregon?
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.